Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me this week for another video for your English League predictions and betting tips. Last week the games were postponed because of the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and so now the kingdom is in mourning, and hence the reason why the game week was postponed. For this week, I'm expecting some games to be postponed as well, but I'm still going to be giving you my predictions for game week 9 of the English League. Alright, and we're going to head straight into it, and we start with Aston Villa versus Southampton. Aston Villa being at home here. Them playing against Southampton. I'm expecting Aston Villa to pull themselves up, pick themselves up here at some point. But I think this one is going to end in a draw, to be honest with you. It's going to end in a draw for me. Both teams to score, I'd say yes. In terms of a double chance, I would go with either team to win and both to score, yeah. Prediction, I am saying here a 2-all draw. In terms of the handicap system, I would err on the side of Aston Villa to win this one by a goal. Sorry, I was just looking for the thing on my mind got preoccupied, so that's the reason why I wasn't speaking. In terms of possible goal scorer, they're the usual suspects: Ollie Watkins, Danny Iggs, Coutinho if he plays, Buendia, Leon Bailey, Jacob Ramsey, those guys, David Luiz, yes, they have a goal in them. Shea Adams for Southampton, Ward-Prowse, James Ward-Prowse, sorry about that, and also Adam Armstrong, he can score a goal as well, and along with Kyle Walker-Peters, those guys can score a goal. Well, for me, my anytime goal scorer for this game, I'm going to go with one Danny Iggs, especially if he starts the game. I think he can score a goal here. Recapping my predictions for the Aston Villa versus Southampton game, I'm expecting this one to end in a draw. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me 2-all. On the handicap system, I'd go with Aston Villa to win this one by a goal. Alright, or you could go with them not to lose by more than a goal. Either way, you're perfect. Alright, and my anytime goal scorer is Danny Iggs. Alright. Moving on to our next game, which is Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. Nottingham Forest, they've been playing very well. Two teams used to each other from the championship last year, so this should be an interesting one. This should be a good battle, to be honest with you. It should be a good battle, I believe. I think it might end in a game draw, but Fulham, they have been in good hitting form. Nottingham Forest, they bought a lot of players, but I don't know. They don't seem to be getting it right at the moment, but let's see how it goes. For me, I'm going to start with both teams to score, yes. In terms of scoreline, I'm going to say here that this one is going to be 2-1 in favor for Fulham. Alright. In terms of the handicap system, I would go ahead and I would take Fulham to win this one by a goal. Alright. In terms of anytime goal scorers, they are the usual suspects. Alexander Mitrovic. Alright, Alexander Mitrovic. Let's go on the Fulham side first. Alexander Mitrovic. Bobby Reed can score a goal as well. Daniel James is overdue a goal, so he could score as well. And Andreas Pereira can also give us a goal as well. For on the Nottingham Forest side of the football, you have Brennan Johnson. Jesse Lingard is due a goal as well. And Morgan Gibbs-White can also come up with a goal as well. But for me, for this week, I'm going to go with Brennan Johnson to give us a goal here. Alright, so Brennan Johnson is my anytime goal scorer for the Nottingham Forest versus Fulham game. So recapping my predictions for Nottingham Forest versus Fulham, expecting both teams to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Fulham. And also on the handicap system, I'll go with Fulham to win this one by a goal. Anytime goal scorer, I'd say Brennan Johnson from Nottingham Forest here. Anytime goal scorer for the Fulham versus Nottingham Forest game. This game will be played at Nottingham Forest home. Alright, moving on to our next game, which is Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester City. Manchester City, they have started the season as the comeback kings. No one can seem to beat them. Doesn't matter how many goals you score against them. They have one guy by the name of Irwin, the goal machine Haaland, who comes back and scores an average 2 goals, and then they end up winning the game. But let's head straight into it anyways. This one I'm expecting City to win. It's not going to be easy against Wolverhampton. Expecting them to win though. Both teams to score, I would say no. Wolverhampton, they can't seem to find the back of the net, hence the reason why I don't have both teams scoring here. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying here this one should end 2-0 in favor of Manchester City. Alright, and also my anytime goal scorer over here, the usual suspect, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, all of those guys, they are expected to score. For Wolverhampton, you have Raúl Jiménez, you have Gihesh, they also can score. Prudence and Neto, those guys can come up with a goal. Ruben Neves as well, they also do a goal as well. Martina can come up with a goal as well. If Erling Haaland is rested, then Julian Alvarez is just as good, can come up with a goal as well. Phil Foden as well, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva can also come up with a goal. Those guys always seem to have a goal in them. And so therefore for me, I'm going to take my anytime goal scorer this week from the Manchester City side of the football. And so as a result, I'm going to go with Kevin De Bruyne to be my anytime goal scorer here. He's due a goal, and so I'm expecting him to give us one this weekend. So my predictions for the Wolverhampton versus Manchester City game, I'm expecting Manchester City to win. Both teams to score, I'd say no. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I say 2-0 in favor of Manchester City, and my anytime goal scorer would be Kevin De Bruyne. Alright, so we're going to skedaddle on to our next game, which is Newcastle versus Bournemouth, AFC Bournemouth. And Bournemouth seem to be finding themselves a little bit. I don't think they are where they need to be as yet, but they should give a better representation of themselves coming this weekend. Both teams to score, I don't think so. I don't think both teams will score. I don't think both teams will score, not at all. Double chance, either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me for this one, I said 2-0 in favor of Newcastle. On the handicap system, I'll go on the handicap system and I'd bet for Newcastle to win this one by a goal. Alright. Anytime goal scorers. Anytime goal scorers. Callum Wilson, if he plays, he was out injured. I don't know if he will play, so Alexander Isak might come in. St. Maximum is not 100%. There is Bruno Guimaraes is due a goal as well. Joe Linton also. And also Almiron always has a goal in him, as well as Joe Willock. Alright, and in terms of Bournemouth, you have Dominic Solanke, you have Philip Billin, and you have Jadon Anthony. All those guys can give us a goal, but for me in this game, I'm going to go with Miguel Almiron to give us a goal in this game. This Miguel Almiron is my anytime goal scorer in this game. Alright, and recapping predictions. Newcastle versus Bournemouth, I'm expecting both teams not to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline 2-0 in favor of Newcastle. In terms of the handicap system, I'd go with Newcastle to win this one by a goal. In terms of my anytime goal scorer, I'd say Miguel Almiron could score a goal here for Newcastle at any point in this game. And so we're going to jump on over to our next game, which is the Tottenham Hotspurs versus Leicester City. Alright. Leicester City, they have been having an awful season so far. They have been woeful. And they seem depressed. The squad seem depressed. The coach seem depressed. I don't know. If they don't pull their socks up soon, then they're going to end up fighting in a relegation battle this season. Anyways, let's get straight into it. And so for this game, I'm expecting both teams to score. I think they should come out and give a good shot of it, especially since they've managed to get a week off in terms of not playing, but they would have trained. There's not really a week off yet, but they should have gotten some time off to put them heads in the right place. And in terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for this one for me, I am looking at a 2-1 victory for Tottenham Hotspurs here. In terms of anytime goal scorers, well, we don't have it available here, but for me, they're the usual suspects. Harry Kane, Son Heung-min is due a goal as well. Also, Kulusevski can score a goal. And also, you never know, Perisic could pop up and score one as well. Also, in terms of the Leicester City side of the football, you have Patson Daka, as well as Iheanacho and James Vardy, as well as James Maddison. Those guys can score a goal as well. If Barnes play enough time, he can score a goal as well as Tielemans. So all of those guys are guys to consider in terms of anytime goal scorers. Recapping my predictions now for the Tottenham Hotspurs game versus Leicester City. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Tottenham Hotspurs. Alright, so that's how the cookie crumbles for Hotspurs and Leicester City. Now we're going to move on over to Sunday, our next game, which is Brentford versus Arsenal. Arsenal visiting Brentford, and I do expect Arsenal here to go back to winning ways. So I'm going to say Arsenal to win. I'm going to say both teams to score as well. And as a result, the double chance is going to be either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me for this one, I am saying 2-1 here in favor of Arsenal. In terms of the handicap system, I would go with Arsenal to win this one by a goal. Alright, getting $3 for that. Those are really good odds. Brentford is not going to be easy at home though, they're going to be tough. And so as a result, the anytime goal scorers are not here. So, but I'm going to tell you that my anytime goal scorers are going to be Ivan Toney, Brian Mbomo. He can score as well. You have Jesus, you have Martinelli, you have Odegaard. Those guys can come up to Saka. He scored his first goal last time out. Remember, serves me correctly, he can come up and score as well. But for me, for this game, anytime goal scorer, I'm going to go with Ivan Toney as to be my anytime goal scorer. I'm going to select Ivan Toney to be my anytime goal scorer for this game. And so outside of that, recapping my predictions for this game: Brentford versus Arsenal. Arsenal visiting Brentford. I'm expecting Arsenal to take care of business there and win this one. I'm also expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. And on the handicap system, I'd go with Arsenal to win by a goal, and they're getting $3 to do so. Alright, and so our final game here that I have on this list for Sunday is Everton versus West Ham United. Alright, Everton versus West Ham United. This one should be an interesting one. Be a good defensive battle. We have to be, well, Jordan Pickford is out, he's injured, so I think that might give West Ham a chance, because Asmir Begovic is a good keeper, but I don't think he's as good as a Pickford. Pickford tends to come up with a lot of good saves, and he also is a good passer of the football. He sets up goals as well, so they're going to miss that. And so as a result here, I think it's going to be, it might be a drawn or a dragged out game, a dragged out draw. Yeah, that's both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me for this one, I'm saying 1-1. Also, anytime goal scorers for this game, the usual suspect. Have Neil Maupay if he plays. Don't think Calvert-Lewin is 100% yet, so he might not play. And also Anthony Gordon seems to be finding the goals as well, and Demarai Gray. Also, if Dwight McNeil plays long enough, he can score a goal as well. Alex Iwobi haven't come across a goal in a while, but he has goals in him as well. Also, we have Antonio on the West Ham side of the football, Mikel Antonio, and Gianluca Stamaka as well. Gerard Bowen do a goal, yeah. And also Maxwell Carney, if he plays, can give you a goal as well as Said Benarama and Pablo Fornells and Manuel Lanzini, all those guys. And Suchek always has a goal in him, But for me, I am going to go with Anthony Gordon as my anytime goal scorer here. Anthony Gordon as my anytime goal scorer. So recapping my predictions for the Everton versus West Ham United game, I'm expecting that this one should end in a draw, a 1-1 draw that is. And as a result, my double chance is going to be either team to win and both to score. And my anytime goal scorer is going to be Anthony Gordon. In terms of the handicap system, didn't choose one here, but if you want to go with someone on the handicap system, I would recommend that you go with West Ham to lose this game by no more than a goal. Alright, it's not going to be $2, but you should be maybe about $1.20 somewhere there. But let's just look at it and show you. I go with West Ham on the handicap system, not to lose by more than a goal. So $1.40, yes, that's what you'd have gotten for West Ham to lose by no more than a goal. Right, and if they win the game, then this doesn't matter anyway, because you'd have won that. Alright, so again, those are the predictions from me for this week. For the English Premier League, mind you, some of the games are still tentative because of the arrangements for the Queen's burial and everything surrounding her burial and all of that. So some games won't be played, might not be played. I think they are still up in the air. I haven't read any official thing from the Premier League Association as it relates to games being cancelled, but most definitely games in certain areas won't be played. There's also a pending strike in I think it's in Brighton, or is it in Newcastle? Yeah, I don't remember exactly. That's going to affect some games as well. So those are the things that we're gonna have to look out for. But these were the games that are available, and so these are my predictions for those particular games. All right, so I wish you a happy weekend. As I always say, whenever you're making a betting slips, try to take your predictions from multiple games, or you predict on varying things. Maybe you predict on the outright result, predict on the number of goals, predict on the score line. Yes, so and you take them from different competitions, different games, 3 or 5 games the most per slip, depending on how much money you have. The more money you have, the less games you can put on a slip. All right, but then that works out better for you in the long run. All right, so thank you for watching. Please, I'm asking you to share these videos with your friends and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great weekend.